Hello. Thank you for watching my videos. Thanks for clicking on this channel and enjoy. So today I'm doing a pink butterfly, not butterfly, but you know, a little girly pink Malibu Barbie inspired look. So I went in with, and the shades that I'm using on my lids are actually blushes. So this is a deep pink blush and a purple blush from a BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm just slowly blending those two colors onto my lid. I've already did my eyebrows. I did my eyebrows before, and I just primed my eyes with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. So I'm just gonna take my time to do that, and then, you know, just kind of speed through this section. Alright, so now I'm going to cut the crease just to create a clean lid for the shadow that I'm going to pack on, which is also another blush color, and it's a deep pink. It's the same deep pink that I mixed with the purple to create the crease color. So I'm just using the Pro Concealer, the same concealer that I used to prime my eyes, to create a half cut crease. So I'm just taking my time to make sure that the concealer is blended properly, so that when I put the shadow on, it pops. So I use the same flat brush. Of course, I clean it off with a makeup wipe, and I use that same flat brush to slowly pat the color on. I'm not swiping it, I'm just dipping the brush into the color, and then I'm just packing the color onto the little blank canvas that I have there, until it's fully covered with that shadow and the color is popping to the point where it actually looks decent. And so I'm basically just covering all of the concealer with that color. So now I'm just blending the outer corner of my eye so that the transition shadow can just seamlessly blend into the shadow that I used to cut my crease, and sort of just using a clean brush to blend everything out to get rid of any harsh lines, so that the transition is very smooth and it doesn't look choppy. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a wipe to clean up my eye in order to set like a guide for my eyeliner. And I'm also cleaning from underneath my eye any excess eyeshadow, so that when I'm blending in my foundation, it doesn't mix with the foundation and create a very messy look. So after doing that, I'm using a pressed glitter. You can use loose glitter, but you'll have to use glitter glue as well. And I feel like the pressed glitter is way less messier and easier to work with. So I'm just using a tiny flat brush to apply the glitter in my tear duct area right there. And I'm not using a lot, I'm just using it as a little highlight just to give it a little pop. And I'm creating a wing, and not creating a really thick wing, but a wing that's dramatic enough to carry off the look. Alright, so now that we're finished with the eyes, I'm going to prep my face with my Rimmel London Stay Matte Primer. It's a primer that's extremely good for oily skin and combination skin. So if you have dry skin, this isn't going to work for you. Well, I don't know about dry skin, but I know that I have oily skin, and when I use it, my makeup lasts for very long. And if you realize, it's not very thin, it has a very thick coverage, and for a primer, that is. So it obviously doesn't leave a white film on your face, but it definitely mattifies the areas that you put it or apply it to. So after doing that, normally I would mix this foundation, which is very, like, I think 1 or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and I would mix a foundation that is 1 shade darker, so I could get my perfect shade. But because this is just a tutorial, I just couldn't bother mixing the shades. So what I did is I applied the lighter foundation first, and then I'm just gonna go around the perimeter of my face with the dark shade. It's a dark concealer. It's the concealer that I'm going to go around it with is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Mahogany. So that's extremely dark, so that's gonna balance out the colors on my face. So don't be alarmed, I'm not gonna come out looking like a ghost, but I know it looks crazy right now, but just trust the process, okay? Just trust the process. So I'm just carefully blending that foundation in. It has really good coverage. It's the LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation. It's very affordable and very easy to use. I think you can go on the LA Girl website, or you can get it on Amazon or any drugstore that sells makeup products. You can get it there, and obviously you'd have to test your shade on your face and make sure that it comes out with it matches your skin tone. So I was making those faces a while ago because I was like, damn, I look crazy with that very, very light foundation on my face. But nonetheless, like I said before, just trust the process. I just couldn't bother to mix the foundation. So here I just used the concealer, the dark concealer, which is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Mahogany. I use that to kind of balance out or give my face definition, as well as to tone down the light foundation that I used earlier, in order for it to blend and for it not to look crazy. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just blending that out so that everything can look normal and I don't come out of this tutorial with a ghost face, because nobody wants a ghost face. Okay, so after I've completed my face, I've blended everything and applied powder and so on and so forth, I just attempted to do a very soft and simple nose contour, just to kind of, you know, add some more definition to the nose as well, so that it basically just looks good with the look. So that nose contour, you just use the same a dark powder or a powder that's one shade darker than your skin tone, and just strobe it from the start of your eyebrows down, and kind of blend it out with the same foundation brush that you used, so that it's not too harsh. So I'm now adding a little shimmer to the face, just to kind of give it a little glow, or a lot of glow. So as you can see, when the light hits the highlighter, it kind of has that really nice glow to it. So I was just using that, and I think I went over it with a foundation brush, just to kind of even it out a little, so that it doesn't look so harsh. I also used a fan brush to kind of dust the highlighter a little bit on my nose. So I put that on the tip of my nose, and I also put that on the bridge of my nose, so that kind of emphasizes the nose contour a lot more, so that it looks a little bit slimmer than the actual size, if that makes sense. So I also use a smudge brush. This is the e.l.f. smudge brush, the same transition shades that I use on my eye. I'm using that to smudge out my bottom lash line, so that the look is uniformed and the bottom matches the top. So I mostly just use the purple transition shade, just to kind of align that with the top part of my lash, so that it looks more put together. Alright, so for my lips, I'm sticking to the pink theme, and I'm first lining it with a red Profusion matte lipstick. It's actually a lip palette, so it has a lot of reds and pinks and purples in it, and mauves. So I'm just using the red shade from that. It's actually the rose palette, the Profusion rose lip palette. The shades in there are pretty nice. They're very creamy, they're not creamy to the point where it easily slides off your lip, but it's creamy enough for you to be able to work with it and to spread it across your lips, so it's easy to work with. So I'm just lining or applying the red color first, and I went over it with a pinkish purple shade. It looks really pink on camera, but in the palette it has a purple undertone. So I just put that in the middle of my lips, and I kind of press my lips together such to kind of blend both colors in order for it to give a sort of ombre shade. And I'm just, you know, flexing and making sure that I'm comfortable with the mix. And oh yeah, I applied lashes. I just realized that I applied lashes off camera, because lashes, they are so hard to apply. So what I'm also using is my lip gloss. So this is my rose lip gloss. It's Zaire's Lip Glosses JA on Instagram. So go ahead to shop my lip glosses, and if you want to start a lip gloss business, I do wholesale orders as well. These are handmade, vegan, natural lip glosses, so they aren't harmful, and they're very, very affordable. So again, I'm going in with a red lip liner just to kind of emphasize the red on the lips, because after putting on the lip gloss and pressing it together, the pink sort of, you know, bleeded all over the lips. So I just use that, and I use my finger to kind of tap or blend in both colors so they have a smooth transition. So there's a smooth transition between the two. And I'm just looking at the look. Kind of really like this look. It's very simple, very easy, and very cute. I'm especially proud of the brows in this look because they're not too harsh. They look natural to me, at least. They look very natural, so I'm very proud of that. And the look came together very well, very nicely, and I'm very proud of it. Alright, so this concludes today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a new subscriber and you see Kalia fixing my hair. That's my daughter. Like I said, if you really like this look, just go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Share the video. Just ask your mom, your dad, everybody, your sister, your cousin to subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.